Hi everyone, welcome back for another vlog review, and I normally don't start them off like this, but this anime trolled me.
Oh god.
And I have a special guest.
Hi!
Introduce yourself.
I'm Sydney. SYDSNAP.
And of all the people I could have chosen to talk about this anime with, I had to choose you.
It has to be me.
Yeah, because, well... yeah.
Yeah, I think I might, I explain it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go to our channel. Anyways, so yeah, if you read the title of the video, this is basically my reaction slash review slash what did I just watch of Oreimo, or as it is in English, My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute, which I know what people are gonna say with a title like that. It's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
But that's always funny, because that's the first thing I tell people when I'm recommending this. Oh man, you should check out this cool new anime, Oreimo. Cool. What's that mean in English? My little sister can't be this cute.
Sounds like a hentai.
Sounds like a hentai. Yeah, that's actually the first thing. And the ones who are like know a little more, it's like, so it's like Kiss Exist. I'm like, no, it's not.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
The voice actress of Kirino is the same as one of the lead voice actresses in Kiss Exist.
Why'd you have to bring that up?
Yeah.
God damn it. So anyways, the reason I wanted to talk about this one is because I watched the first season. When did it come out? 2011, I think.
Yeah, 2011.
And I wasn't in the loop with anime then. I think like somebody recommended it to me, and I just like, okay, I'll watch this. As long as it's not Kiss Exist, I will watch it. So yeah, and I really liked the first season because it sort of had this aspect of like what other people, to show like how other people view otaku, and
it's very different in Japan, that's for sure.
It's very different in, yeah, exactly. And the funny thing is like it's bigger there, but it's also like people are indifferent to it.
Yeah.
But it's a big seller over there too, so not so much here where it's getting bigger, but I mean, yeah, if somebody's into anime, it's not weird here. Well, maybe to some people, but those people I'm sure have weird hobbies too. So I thought it was really interesting. It was sort of like a social look at that, but at the same time it was also looking at, like siblings who sort of like grew apart. Like, and I thought that was an interesting story, because I had something similar like that. Like, when my brother was getting really into, like, Christian stuff, ironically, of all things, he never wanted, to, like, I never was included in things with him, or vice versa, and, because we were both in high school at that time, and, we had different things going on. So, but, we're a lot stronger now. I even do a friggin' show with him on my Let's Play channel, but that's another thing. So, but basically, after the first season and the OVAs, which I have seen those as well, I was like, man, I hope they continue the story, because there's a lot of characters they introduced, and I wanted them to sort of like, especially after the OVAs, I was like, I hope there's a second season coming, because there's a lot of unanswered questions there, especially with one of my favorite characters, Kuroneko.
Oh. Yeah, Kuroneko's the best.
I knew you were going to have something to say about that. So, when Season 2 finally came out, I really got into it because they were really expanding the characters some more. It wasn't just all about, it wasn't mostly centered around Kirino anymore, which is fine until the second half when it got more about her. There's just some things like when I got to the episode where they went on a mock date, that I was like, okay, I was expecting this to happen at some point, but I didn't expect it so early in the season, basically. And then, like, keep in mind, like, I just, like, marathoned the last half of the series today. So I'm going off of memory here. So when it got to, like, the third last episode, I was like, I started watching it and I'm like, oh, don't go there. don't. I have so many good things to say about the show. Please don't go there. And I was even like, when I wasn't watching it, working on the division, I'm like, I swear to God, if they fucking go there, I'm going to snap. And I'm like, but at the same time, I was like, I want to see what happens.
Yeah.
It's like, oh. So I went back and I watched it. I'm like, oh no. And the whole time I'm like, oh no, they're going there.
Yeah. Yeah, but like the thing I really didn't like about season 2 though, if I can add, is like they really made it more focused. Like in the first season, they made Kyosuke seem really more caring, more older brotherly, more like. And in the second season, they made him more of a pervert, and it's more of like a harem. Like I know, like in the visual novel or like the game and whatever, it's like, you know, it's a harem, but it's like they made him more perverted and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, where's the older brother type? Where's the protective Kyosuke that I've come to care for?
Yeah, that's one thing. And the other thing, especially with Ayase, I have to say.
Oh my God, I was like, you could not tell from left field that she was gonna like randomly. The last episode, she's like, I hate you, but then in this episode, she's like, I kind of like you though. Yeah,
I'm trying not to spoil too much because I want people to see it. But
yeah.
In the first season, I really didn't care for her that much because she just seemed to be like.
Yo, you like anime? Fuck you.
She was basically that person that was like, I don't understand this. It sounds like a bad thing, though. So
anybody who likes it, I hate.
Pretty much, like. Yeah. But it wasn't her fault ultimately because it was
her fault though.
Well, sort of, but
it really was.
It is and it isn't, but. Yeah. But I mean, like, it's so weird because all these characters. The only reason they all interacted with him was because of Kirino. And for the first, like, for quite a few episodes, she wasn't, like, the focus at all. In fact, there's that whole subplot with Kuroneko, which I was waiting for. I was like, that's why I wanted season 2, because I wanted to expand that story there, because...
Oh, yeah.
When they did the OVAs, it just sort of left it, and I was like, oh, come on, that can't be the end of that story. Come on, there's got to be more than that. So, but getting back to what was going on, I'm like, they're actually looking at this objectively. If somebody did say, like, I love my sister in that way,
that'd be really awkward.
How somebody would try to logically go about it, and. It's hard because we live in a society where people will not see any logic in that. Or, I mean, just as a comparison, gay marriage is a big subject. And there are people in the world who just, like, they can't see any other side to it except it's wrong. And I personally think that's stupid, but that's just the way society has built us up. And I thought it was actually a really cool dialogue on how society... gives us a certain way to think, if you know what I mean. But then at the last second, they trolled me, and I was like, oh, God damn it. It's like, when that happens, you're never like, oh, you got me, aw, shucks. It's all like, oh, God damn it. It's like, but it was sort of like a sigh of relief. I'm like, okay, I don't have to hate this show now. Because nothing against anybody who likes those shows, like those like siscon shows. There's nothing wrong with that. It's fantasy, whatever. But
there's something wrong with it. But...
Well, it's anime, so it's Japanese.
Anime is so weird.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying people should
everybody
marrying...
should rape their little sister.
Exactly. That's not what I'm saying, but
that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying is, people who like those shows, whatever. If they think it's cute, whatever. I have Chimera Yuri, my friend, watches the weirdest shit, and he thinks it's cute, but what I wanted to get at here is that it felt like it was going to a place that other siscon shows, popular siscon shows at the time, hadn't been doing.
That's the thing. I think that's why it's so popular, because, okay, so I don't know if you knew this, and I don't know if I should say this, but to everybody, to the ending, they didn't say this in the anime, but I think it's because they didn't want to go the same route that every other siscon anime has went through. Yeah. Kyosuke and Kirino aren't really related, but they didn't bring that up at all in the anime.
Are you serious? That sort of switches my whole point.
Exactly, yeah, they aren't.
Because I was going to say, every Syscon anime does that. Like, the two popular ones that I can think of, you know, Kiss X Sis, and I don't know the Japanese name of it, but it's,
My Little Sisters Among Us?
It's like, I don't care if he's my brother, as long as there's love, it doesn't matter, or whatever it's called. The one
and
with
there's
the...
also... Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That
show, I haven't seen it yet, but I know that show, the sister doesn't know they're not blood related, but, like, I mean, still goes after him anyways, at any chance. And I'm like, that's what all the Syscon shows do. Here I was like, okay, they're actually related. This is weird. They're actually going there. And I mean, outside of... I don't know that much about the genre because I don't watch it. So, but I know outside of usually hentai, it usually doesn't go the route of they're blood related. And that's why I was like, holy crap. I was like, I had a Back to the Future moment. This is heavy. But now that you told me they're not actually blood related, it's like, well, then why didn't they just fucking do it?
I know. I think they did that just because they didn't want to go like that's what makes them so unique, and they knew that. Yeah.
Did they know that in the show?
I don't see how they couldn't, considering they read the visual novel, not the light novel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, but the characters in the light novel, do they know that they're not related?
I think they do find out that, like, I think Kirino finds out, like, their parents sit them down, like, hey, you guys aren't related, so let's party. And they're like, oh, well, whatever. And you know what really irritated me about the ending, too? The last episode's like, well, we're only gonna get married, you know, until we graduate and stuff. It's like, alright, that makes sense.
Yeah. I just, like, I'm like, I haven't read the visual novel, or if there's a manga, I haven't looked at the manga yet or anything, but, like, the way they did it with the anime was, like, so perfect that they waited until the very end to, you know, M. Night Shyamalan the whole thing. What a twist!
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn it, that's a really good twist. Because, like, again, like, I was prepared as, like, to give this thing, like, a negative review, and I'm like, I can't believe I was suckered into this, and I still can't believe that I got suckered into what happened, but god damn it, they did it in such a beautiful way, and,
okay, then.
Yeah, I have to recommend this show for people to watch. It's in my top 10 animes of all time, obviously. After the first season, I said it's there, and then season 2 just sort of, like, put that there, like, to say it's there. Like, I mean, sometimes, like, you get series and season 2 ruins everything. Like, for instance, like, I used to be big into K-On!, but season 2 was too long, and it dragged everything out, and it's hard for me to watch that show again. But, I think really, the thing in its entirety is something that I think people should watch. One, for at least the first season, for the commentary on otaku that it has, and obviously the whole series for rebuilding relationship between family members, because that's a big thing these days. Like, it's lots of people, like, don't, especially during their, like, high school years, I find, stop, you know, interacting with their siblings, and that's kind of sad, because, I mean, like, I have a great old time with my brother. He might be a dick sometimes, but I have fun with him. So, anyways, the point that I wanted to get here was, if you haven't seen it, check it out. I think Crunchyroll picked it up, or somebody picked it up.
Yeah, Crunchyroll has picked it up for, like, ever.
Okay, so Crunchyroll has it? Okay.
Like, oh my god, how did you not know that?
Okay, I've been out of the loop with anime. I have mostly been watching Japanese superhero shows, okay?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's funny, because people complain about storylines in those shows all the time.
A boot.
I hate you so much.
Oh, God. Oh.
Is there anything you want to add
How attractive I am.
What?
I don't know. Hey.
What? You heard it first.
Yeah.
Oh God. Is there anything about the show you want to add, though?
Nothing I haven't already said.
All right, so I probably don't have to ask this, but would you recommend it?
No.
Okay.
Kidding. Obviously, I
would. So yeah, so that's my reaction, review, blurb, whatever on Oreimo. I'm gonna go back to watching some Japanese superheroes in spandex and do a review on that next. So,
sweet.
Bye everybody.
Bye.
That creeped me out a little bit.
What?
Your sudden bye.
Oh, you love it.
All right.